Our next contest is scheduled for one fall with a 20-minute time limit.
Well, here's a match that I know I'm looking forward to, Joe. The fans are looking forward to it, and the manager of this man coming to the ring, Justin LaBar, is looking forward to it as well.
Introducing first, being accompanied by his special advisor, Justin LaBar. From Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 233 pounds, he is the submission specialist, Spencer Slade.
Well, Spencer Slade is letting some of these ringside fans get under his skin. But the bottom line is Spencer Slade may never have been in better physical condition.
My God, look at him.
And Spencer's faced some of the best in the recent past. His issues with Bill Collier coming to a head in that 2 out of 3 falls matchup. And what about his collision with Dan Moss at our joint event 3 weeks ago? The NEW champion Dan Moss.
Spencer Slade has been in the ring with a wide variety of opponents. We can't forget his long storied history with former IWC star Cole Carter. You're seeing him on Tuesday nights now.
And his opponent from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 295 pounds, he is the man beast, Rhino!
And a man that had many a battle here in the Rostraver Ice Garden during the height of ECW. Rhino was in his early 20s when he debuted in the Land of Extreme. Rhino still in the prime of his career all these years later, Lendl.
And officially recognized as the last official ECW champion as well, Joe.
That's true. Last television champion as well. So much of that legacy rests in Rhino. And Rhino's not going to be intimidated. And keep in mind, rich history between Rhino and Justin LaBar. They were formerly business associates.
Absolutely, Joe. Rhino knows what to look out for. You see, as soon as he got in the ring, he started pointing at LaBar. He knows LaBar's going to try to get himself involved in this.
He knows how unscrupulous LaBar is and how he only cares about money. That's why the Rhino relationship had, let's say, a very short shelf life.
Let's take a look at all LaBar's relationships. Once something doesn't work out, he bounces on to the next client. A newer, younger model, if you will. And that's exactly what he has right now with Spencer Slade. The future of this business. Look at the way this guy's put together. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that about both these men. I mean, Rhino built like that proverbial brick house.
And he has been for 30 years.
Yeah. Spencer Slade, fantastic athlete from collegiate to now. But Spencer wanted a big-time test. No pun intended. He's had that in the form of Bill Collier, the form of Dan Moff. But man, this must feel like a homecoming for Rhino. Rhino just soaking in the energy of this building.
Rhino's been here before, so Spencer. So, you know, those trepidation bugs should be wearing off by now. Bell has rung. We're just going to have to see what happens here. Test of strength.
Spencer goes downstairs.
Hard shot. Connecting right to the jaw.
Very smart move by Spencer Slade to not match power with Rhino. I don't know many men who can. Spencer's strategy here is going to be to ground the man beast, keep the War Machine from utilizing that explosive power. When Rhino gets moving, he's so hard to stop.
What a great event this is, Joe. Proving Ground. You have, in the last match we saw a wrestler make her professional debut. And in the next match, a legend like Rhino's competing. What a great event this is, Proving Ground, for all the fans here, for all the IWC fans live on the network right now. Truly wide variety of action you're seeing here tonight. And behind Spencer, later to come tonight, steel cage action, Joe.
Yeah, the anticipation continues to grow as we move on down the card. And Spencer, what do you think the conversation's like between Spencer and LaBar right now?
LaBar's telling him to keep his head in the game. LaBar wants a win. Whatever Spencer can do to get out a win, that's what LaBar wants him to do.
Easier said than done, right? Nice hip lock takeover by Rhino.
Well, LaBar wants his share of the winner's purse. Let's not get anything twisted.
Without question. And could be gore already. This may not take long.
Fastest match of the evening. No. Spencer had it well scouted, and he gets out of dodge.
Well, it's a smart move.
Time to huddle up with LaBar and come up with a plan B.
I can't be upset at the strategy by any stretch of the imagination. But Rhino is right at home on the outside. Rhino's not going to complain about taking this thing to the floor.
Talk about the experience of Rhino. I mentioned, Joe, nearly 30 years in the business.
He has been at this since, I believe, a late teenager. Broke in with Edge and Christian and Joey Legend in the Ontario, Detroit area. And he's only gotten better with time.
And the durability of this man.
How about this stat?
Non-stop. He hasn't stopped, Joe.
February 19th, 1999, ECW in this building. It was Rhino teaming with Nova to take on Little Guido and the late great Tracy Smothers, the full-blooded Italians. Rhino and Nova got the victory that night. That's how deep Rhino's roots run in this building.
Man, 20 years.
And Spencer sends Rhino right to the ring post. The edge of that ring post may have caught Rhino right at the shoulder. And Spencer is such an opportunist, and he's so cerebral. Spencer will measure you, and he will meticulously plan. I'm not sure if there's a better prepared athlete up and down the IWC roster than Spencer Slade.
Well, usually, Joe, we see Spencer Slade target a body part of his opponent, try to wear them down slowly but surely. It looks like he's just taking the fight to Rhino.
And the whole time, LaBar was running his mouth as if, getting your butt kicked isn't bad enough. Imagine having to listen to Justin LaBar's voice the entire time.
Oh, stare at his shoes.
Yeah, well, old White Shoes has his own issues as far as fashion sense, and he's had some bad luck in this building with Spencer Slade. We'll see if he can make that right for the victory over Rhino. Spencer, I do believe, 0-2 in Rostraver.
5 minutes
Absolutely.
gone by.
And, come on,
5
you
minutes gone by.
knew it was only a matter of time before LaBar interjected himself. And as you mentioned, Joe, you are correct. 0-2 in this building for young Mr. Slade.
It was Dan Moff, and it was the former Big Cass, W. Morrissey. But Spencer has not shied away, to his credit, from signing against some marquee opponents, whether that's Spencer's competitive nature or LaBar just after that big purse money, or maybe a little bit of both. Either way, Spencer's always in a high-profile contest, and nothing different here with the man Beast Rhino.
Well, LaBar has the connections, and Spencer has the talent. He just needs to get out of his own head a little bit, I think, Joe.
I think, well, there's a cover here. A victory here could go a long way to that. But we'll find out if that is still to come. Listen to this ovation.
Some of these fans are longtime fans of Rhino, Joe. We have a lot of IWC faithful here in the crowd, but there are those pockets of ECW fans here tonight that want to get extreme one more time.
Without question, for many fans, coming to this building was a tradition every month or two. As Rhino, the worse for wear. One thing about Spencer Slade, when he gets on offense, man, it is hard to break his rhythm. It is hard to damage that momentum. Spencer knows how to dictate tempo, and he knows how to pick apart the human anatomy.
Oh, absolutely. Spencer Slade's a future star, Joe. He might even argue that he's a star now.
I think he is.
guy is so talented. He looks great in the ring. Such talent. I just don't think he needs LaBar.
Listen, I'm not so sure that Spencer Slade is as big a star as he thinks he is yet, but he damn sure will be. And big head or not on Spencer Slade, Rhino may look to humble him here, but Spencer desperation to the eyes.
I don't care if you're the Man Beast or Max Mini. That'll take you down, Joe. Rake in the eyes you can't see no matter who you are.
Yeah. No eye machine at the gym, as the old adage goes, as Spencer looking to teach Rhino to fear the gear.
Spencer might be doing what I mentioned earlier, starting to wear down his opponent, Rhino. Take the wind out of him. Make Rhino lug around that 295 pounds, put it at his disadvantage.
And Rhino, no stranger to the IWC Championship as well. As Spencer comes in with the elbow, into the cover, hooks the leg. Now, if Spencer gets this victory, can you imagine what that victory celebration is going to look like with him and LaBar?
Well, I don't think we'll have to wait too long, because I'm sure if Spencer picks up the victory, they're both going to be here tomorrow.
It was Rhino who defeated Tommy Dreamer August 22nd, 2015 to become IWC champion. And Spencer went to bury the elbow, nobody there. Rhino out of the way. Rhino, I believe, the only man to hold the top prize in ECW, Impact Wrestling, and IWC over the lengthy histories of each of those companies. And if Rhino beats Spencer tonight, maybe he's back in that conversation.
Absolutely, Joe.
Could you imagine what Rhino would look like trying to track down Bulk Nasty?
Oh, now there's a match I'd pay to see, Joe.
Or
the human crime scene versus the Man Beast.
Rhino chasing down John McChesney, who, by the way, is the man to beat Rhino for the IWC title.
Both men back to their feet. Rhino with a head of steam. Spencer off the ropes. And a huge clothesline. Rhino's feeling it now. Huge elbow.
The last thing you want is for that tree branch of an arm to come in close contact with you. And Rhino, that incredible speed, that shoulder tackle, the takedown. And Rhino's still thinking Gore. We know what that damage that Gore can do. We know how many victims there have been over the years. Rhino only needs one, and this thing's over.
Rhino's setting up for it. Calling for Spencer Slade to get up. Measuring him. But Spencer's not moving, Joe.
Spencer Slade may be out of it. Rhino just pin him now.
What's he doing? What's that rat doing on the outside?
Justin LaBar. Rhino doesn't trust
10 minutes
him.
gone by. 10 minutes gone by.
Rhino's been double-crossed by LaBar like everybody has.
Rhino's been down this road before. LaBar set in the distraction, and that might have been just enough for Spencer to get to his feet.
No.
I knew something like that was about to happen. No!
Spencer's gonna steal
Come
it.
on!
Damn it!
Perhaps the biggest win of that young man's career, and it comes like that.
The submission specialist, Spencer Slade.
It's a huge win for Spencer Slade. Spencer just pinned a former IWC champion, a former multiple-time world champion across this globe. But yeah, you said it earlier, Levin, you don't think Spencer Slade beats Justin LaBar. I think Justin LaBar, by and large, the difference maker in this matchup. Rhino is ready to gore Spencer into oblivion.
No doubt about it, Joe. There's no arguing it. Justin LaBar, pivotal in this victory for Spencer Slade here tonight.
And regardless of the means, that's the stat that's going to go into the record book, that's going to go into the IWC Championship Committee meeting. Spencer Slade beat Rhino, and Rhino scored LaBar! Rhino just scored LaBar almost out of his shoes!
Spencer Slade doesn't know what the hell to do.
Rhino got the last word, and LaBar got what he deserved. I love it.
And these fans, even with the loss, still happy to see the Man Beast live and in person here at the Rostraver Ice Garden in Bell Vernon, IWC Proving Ground Extreme.
Yeah, Justin LaBar, there's going to be some consequences to your actions. Don't forget about that. The Man Beast